Nishidhya upādhis neti vakyataha vidyadaikyaṁ mahāvākyār jivatma paramatmanoh. Nishidhya, after negating, upādhis, all conditionings, na iti, not this, na iti, not this, iti, thus, vākyataha, from the scriptural commandments, vidyat, know, aikyam, oneness, Mahā-vākyas, by the Great Mahā-vākyas, jivatma paramatmanoh, of the individual soul and the supreme soul. After negating all upādhis by the great scriptural statement, it is not this, not this, realize the oneness of the individual soul and the supreme soul by means of the great Vedic aphorisms.
Namaste. So we've gone over it 1,000,000 times. Neti. If you can perceive it, it's not the self. So that means the gross body, the subtle body, the causal body, the senses, the mind, the ego, the sense objects, the feelings, emotions, sensations, the judgments, pleasurable, unpleasurable, or neutral, and so on and so on and so on. Whatever is perceived is not the self. Boom. That's number one. So whatever we perceive, we have to reject. That this is not the self, this is not the self. And so the self is defined in Brihadaranyaka as neti. Na iti means not this, not what is in front of us at the moment, not whatever we are perceiving, because we are the perceiver. Brahman is consciousness. Nothing else has consciousness except Brahman. Although due to superimposition, the mind, intelligence, ego, and even the body appear to have consciousness. But this is only superimposition. Once we realize the truth of neti, that all falls apart. And we realize I'm not this. I am not this. Whatever comes up, whatever we perceive, I am not this. Okay. So then this leads to the realization that what am I? I'm Brahman. That's the only thing left. After eliminating everything else, neti. I am only Brahman. That means I have no body, no mind, no consciousness of the senses, or even the consciousness of thoughts. Those are all external to me. Those are all objects of my perception. So they cannot be myself. Myself. Who am I? The great question of Ramana Maharshi. Who am I? Atma Vichara. You research into this question, who am I? What am I? What is this world? What are these objects that I perceive? And you will come to the ultimate conclusion, I am Brahman. So then we have to realize what is Brahman, not by our own intelligence, because that's limited and defective, but by the revelations of the great Vedic scriptures, the Mahā-vākyas. Vak means a speech, and Maha means great. So the Mahā-vākyas are the great sayings, the great speech of the Vedic scriptures. And they have been compiled in Shiva Purana and are spoken by Subramanyam, Shiva's son, second son, to Narada. Here they are. Subramanya said, now the Mahā-vākyas, great statements of the Vedas and Upanishads. Perfect knowledge is Brahman. I am Brahman. Thou art that. This Atman is Brahman. All this is pervaded by the Lord. I am the vital breath. Atman is perfect knowledge. What is here is there. What is there is here. It is other than what is known. Verily, it is other than what is unknown, too. This is your soul, the immanent and the deathless one. He who is in this Purusha and he who is in the sun, both are the same. I am the great Brahman, the greatest, greater than the greatest. I am myself Brahman, characterized by bliss, since I am the master of the Vedas and the Shastras. Brahman is stationed in all living beings. Undoubtedly, I am that alone. I am the vital breath of the elements, of the earth, of the waters, of the fire, of the wind, of space, and of the three gunas. I am all. I am the Atman of all. I transmigrate. I am without a second because I have everything in my Atman, past, present, and future. Indeed, all this is Brahman. I am all. I am the liberated. He who is this is I. I am he. I am Hang Sa. I am he. This shall be meditated upon always and everywhere. So each of the four Vedas provides one of the four greatest Mahā-vākyas, and the other ones are drawn from here and there in the Vedic literature. But they all point to one thing: the self is Brahman. Myself, yourself, the self in the dog or the cat or the bird or even the insects and trees. So whatever lives, whatever shows symptoms of consciousness is Brahman, covered by some upādhi, some non-Brahman shell or series of shells like the koshas. These we have to remove and see the essence of the being as Brahman. That will help us, because once we realize we are one in quality with all other living beings, they all become our family. Like the Native Americans say, Aho matakwayasan, all my family, meaning all the living beings and I are relatives. We all have the same thing in common, the most essential thing, Brahman, the Great Spirit. So, with this awareness, with this realization, then we drop any desire to harm or hurt or inconvenience or give displeasure to any of our relatives. We live a blameless life of non-aggression, non-violence, pure vegetarianism, and so on. I always said, if someone does not become a pure vegetarian, he's not on the spiritual path. And indeed, we see those who maybe wear the dress of a sadhu, but eat all kinds of impure things, are basically businessmen. They're basically rascals because they harm other living entities. And so they cannot be considered blameless, nonviolent, or having universal love, compassion, and awareness of others' feelings. They have to be classified as the karmis, those who are doing action, creating karma, and who have to exist by that karma in their future life. But we are followers of Brahman. We are seeking Brahman at every moment. and we are following the Mahā-vākyas and meditating on them constantly. And so, like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, whatever a man thinks of at the time of death, that he becomes in the next life. So we have to train ourselves to always think of Brahman in any aspect. That is mumukshutvam, the desire for liberation. And that is what will save us in the end.
Om Tat Sat, Om Shakti Om, Om